Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Miki and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be on sponges, and by sponges I mean the Beauty Blender, and we're going to be testing out Beauty Junkees Pro Makeup Blending Sponges. Now, what brought me to this is very embarrassing. I have never used the original Beauty Blender that they sell in Sephora and Ulta and other places that I don't know about. I know that sounds ridiculous, but a year and a half ago when me and my husband moved here, I saw this and I was like, oh, I cannot justify buying a sponge for $20 because to me that is just, ugh, I'm a cheapie. I can't look at a sponge and be like, $20? Okay, yeah, it's totally worth it. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy the next close thing to it, or what I think is the next close thing. I went on Amazon, like everyone does at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I found this brand called Beauty Junkees. I was shopping in Sephora the other day, and I came across the black Beauty Blender, and I was like, I'm gonna do a video on that because I wanna see how they work side by side and compare them. So that is what today's video is going to be on. If you are interested to see which one works best, if one does work better than the other, if they work about the same and they're dupes, and maybe some of the pinpoints of these products, then just stay tuned. Alright, so I first came across the Beauty Junkees sponge last year when we first moved here. Now, the first time I got Beauty Junkees, it had a set of 4 in a bag and they were like $18, and I was like, okay, 4 sponges for $18, I can roll with that. A lot of the reviews said that it was super duper similar to the Beauty Blender, so instead of buying one Beauty Blender for $20, which I think is ridiculous, I decided to buy the Beauty Junkie sponge. I don't know why, but on Amazon, the 4-pack of beauty sponges for Beauty Junkie is unavailable right now. So I have the bag from when I got the 4-piece, and this is how big it looks like. Don't mind these, but this is what the pack looks like for 4, and then this is the 2-pack. For 2 sponges, it is $11.97, and for 1 sponge, you can get for $6.97. As for the Beauty Blender, it is $20 for 1, and they look so similar. The only difference that I'm seeing right now are the sizes. So here's the Beauty Junkees, and here is the original Beauty Blender. As you can see, they are similar in shape, size. The Beauty Junkees is way bigger and this one is teeny tiny. For the squishiness, this one is definitely softer. This one's a little bit harder. There's a little bit of resistance in the middle. Before I get into a little information about the sponges, I just want to say I apologize if this video is going to be boring to you because you guys already know Beauty Blender is the best thing in the world. I just want to say, because this is new to me, I kind of wanted to share my experience with it because I am a noob to the Beauty Blender. But I just want to apologize if you're hearing about the Beauty Blender and you're like, why the hell hasn't this bitch tried the Beauty Blender yet? I don't know. But we're here today and we're gonna try it. For the Beauty Blender, it says an edgeless, non-disposable. Pretty sure you're supposed to dispose of these after a few months. High definition cosmetic sponge applicator made especially for professionals. Well, I'm not a professional, but hopefully this makes me apply makeup like a professional. Features an open cell structure that fills with small amounts of water when wet. This allows the sponge to be full so that the makeup product sits on top of the sponge rather than being absorbed. It says doubles in size when it becomes wet, and it's handcrafted in the US, so that is a plus. Wet Beauty Blender with water, squeeze out excess liquid using a towel if available. Bounce primer, foundation, powder, cream, blush, or any other complexion product across the face for flawless results. Alright, so that is the Beauty Blender. This is the Beauty Junkees Pro Makeup Blending Sponge, applicator for a flawless finish. This is latex free, non-allergenic, and smooth suede texture. Now, looking at the Beauty Junkees sponge, I will say it does not have as many like holes. It's not as holy as the Beauty Blender. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you guys can see what I am talking about. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see this. There are little tiny micro holes as compared to the Beauty Junkie sponge, which does not have very many micro holes. And this way you can actually see the significant difference in size You can actually kind of see how squishy these sponges are. Like I said, this one has a little bit more of a resistance in the middle, and this one is super squishy and soft. They both have the same shape, same color, and let's go ahead and wet these guys and see what they look like. This is the Beauty Junkie sponge dry. This is the Beauty Junkie sponge wet. It is obviously doubled in size, just like a sponge would normally do when you get it wet. This is the Beauty Blender, and this is the Beauty Junkie sponge. As you can see, the Beauty Junkie sponge is still bigger. Now, something I totally noticed when I was wetting these is the Beauty Blender is so soft and squishy. I want to sit on a bed of wet Beauty Blenders. That is how soft this thing is. It is amazeballs. This little guy still has a little bit of resistance, but I feel like because of how soft this thing is, it's gonna absorb a shit ton of foundation. I don't know. I feel like these holes are more for like grabbing. We're gonna test this out. I have washed, moisturized with the brightening daily moisturizer from Neutrogena Naturals. Today's foundation is going to be the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir in the shade 705, which as you can see is too dark. Normally I do mix this, but because this is just, you know, comparing one sponge to the other, I'm not gonna be too picky about what I put on my face today. All right, can't forget trusty pink headband. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we're gonna test out and see which one is better, if they work the same, maybe they're both shit, who knows. Please don't pay attention to my shitty brow job today. First, I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Junkie sponge. Normally, I just take the foundation and I just dab it all on my face. Look how dark that is. So dark. All right, here we go. Get into pouncing. Now, what I love about this is it's soft, it blends. I don't feel like it sucks up too much product. So far, of course, I know I love this sponge because I use it on a daily basis. I really like the coverage of this sponge, the bounciness. I like my sponges to be a little stiff. I don't know what it is about this, but I love the Beauty Junkie sponge. Next, I have the Beauty Blender. So we're gonna see just how well this thing works. I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. Now I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. This thing is very soft. I will say that it is very squishy, very soft. This, I think, gives a little bit more. Actually, you know what? No, it's not. I thought it was giving it more coverage, but as I sit here and pounce and try to blend a little bit more, I feel like the coverage is exactly the same. I'm not saying that to be biased towards the Beauty Junkie sponge just because, you know, I've been using it. At this point right now, I'm just not seeing a huge difference. People who are watching this are probably like, it's a goddamn sponge. Of course, it's not gonna be that much of a difference. There are some sponges out there that are just super cheapy and just don't blend. But this, I have to say, is I have the same amount of coverage over here as I do over here. I did put an extra layer over here on this side. So you know what? I'm actually gonna pump a little bit more foundation in here, and I'm gonna add some more over here. All right, so this is definitely a lot more buildable than the Beauty Junkie sponge. I like it a lot. When I added the second layer, of course, adding a second layer is going to add more coverage no matter where you put it, but I feel like when I add the second layer with this, with the Beauty Blender, it actually adds that coverage. I know that sounds really weird. I'm trying to find a way to say it without sounding ridiculously stupid. With the Beauty Junkie sponge, I feel like when I'm adding more foundation on this side, that the coverage was the same. It wasn't really building up the coverage. And with the Beauty Blender side, I feel like when I added the extra foundation, it actually added a layer of coverage. Hopefully that makes sense. The Beauty Blender definitely has better coverage than the Beauty Junkie sponge. I'm actually going to take some loose powder because they say that you can use these for powders, creams, and liquids. I'm going to take the Beauty Junkie sponge and just grab some powder and set the under eyes. This definitely sets just as well as I know it does. It's very smooth. It performs very, very well with loose powder. So now I'm gonna take the Beauty Blender, got some powder, and okay. Wow. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if you guys can actually tell in the camera, but this part is lighter than over here. I don't know what's going on, but I put just about the same amount of powder on each sponge. And for some reason, some miraculous, crazy reason, this part of my face is more light than it is over here. You can see the line right here where it's darker and lighter. Over here, you don't really see that. I didn't think I would notice something like that as I'm sitting here looking at them real close and kind of just comparing the feel. This one has more holes in it than this one. I think that has to do, I think the holes have a lot to do with how they apply certain makeup, whether it's liquid or powder or cream. I didn't think that these would be completely different. And I was wrong. I am one to admit when I am wrong. I can do that. God, I don't know what it is, but when I apply the powder, it just goes on so much more different. Does that make sense? English here? So much more so much more different than the Beauty Junkie sponge. I don't know what it is, but it's like flawless. It's fucking flawless compared to the Beauty Junkie. I don't know what's going on, but I'm a little bit mind blown. I don't know about you, Beauty Junkie, but you got a tough competitor over here. I don't know what to say. Rest in pieces. I still love my Beauty Junkie sponge, but I have to say this little guy is pretty great. Pretty freaking great. Like, I don't feel like I wasted $20. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this is legit. This is legit. It's good. I'm sorry I talked so much shit about you earlier. Okay, so that's one thing I am not happy about. As I was talking to my Beauty Blender, I noticed that there's already a hole that's trying to become a bigger hole. It's already like falling apart on me. Did I do something wrong? This is why I can't have nice things. Like, am I being too harsh on this guy? I don't know. I feel like it's going to fall apart faster than the Beauty Junkies one. I don't know, comparing these guys, it's so hard because I love my Beauty Junkie sponge, but I'm also really loving the Beauty Blender. I just still, for the life of me, I cannot justify spending $20 on a sponge. Maybe because I'm a broke girl and I just, I don't know what it is. I just can't. I can't with that price. As for the quality of the sponges, this, yes, wins in squishiness. For a price, that would be the Beauty Junkie sponges. Color-wise, they're both the same. I feel like the size really doesn't matter, but as for the point on this one, it's a little fatter here on this edge as this one is a lot skinnier. Overall, for the shape, I feel like this might be a little bit better. The way that it's elongated up here and it doesn't just go fat. It is a little bit skinny and elongated. Look at that. What am I doing with my life? I have foundation all over the back of my hand. Oh, I just put a nail dent in my sponge. So I guess they're equally as broken now since I have that hole that's getting bigger. As for application with the liquid foundation, I would have to say that this wins for coverage. For blending, they both blend equally as well. For loose powder, hands down, that is the Beauty Blender. I don't know what it is. The Beauty Blender just applied the loose powder so much better than the Beauty Junkie sponge. I know it sounds like I'm really loving the Beauty Blender and the Beauty Blender is the ultimate winner, and it is, kinda isn't. I just don't want to admit it. I am one to admit when I am wrong, and I am so wrong about what I thought about the Beauty Blender. I feel like I would buy either one of these, to be honest with you. If only this could just be a little cheaper. I'm pretty sure the price will never change on these, but all I'm saying is I still just cannot justify $20 for a sponge. It's a sponge, you guys. We wash dishes with sponges. You wash your car with a sponge. Ooh, $20 for a sponge. If you guys want to check out the Beauty Junkees sponges, I will leave the link down below in the description box. I love both of these sponges. I can't say equally. It's just one, I can't get over it. Not gonna say it again, but y'all know what I can't get over. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. If you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply just want to talk shit, leave it all in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!